Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, if you can hear my voice, please confirm in the chat window, please. Jazakumullahu khairan. So after a long break, so we are now resuming this Arabic class, which is based on Duroos Al Lughatil-Arabiyyah, the book that is written by Dr. AbdurRaheem. And this is the book which is taught to non-Arabic speakers in Madinah University. So before Ramadan, we completed 9 chapters from book number 1. And inshallah, we will continue from there, from chapter 10. And as for those who are joining this class first time, they can attend this class. Inshallah, they may understand many things. I will try to simplify things for them, but they are highly recommended to go through my recorded sessions, which is available on YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/Arabic learner, one word, youtube.com/Arabic learner. That's the YouTube channel for this class. So you can go through that, the previous sessions. It's very important. You go to the playlist and you will find playlists are arranged according to the chapters. So there is a playlist for chapter 1. There's playlist for chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and so on. As well as there is live sessions also available, which is a full video, which is very long video. So in the playlist, if you go, you'll find 2 categories of videos. One is the concept of the chapter, like if it is chapter 1, what is the background of that chapter, the theory of that chapter. So the concept video deals with the theory of the chapter. So that is very important to see that. And the second video will be the textbook. So I will in the second video, which is the textbook based. So I'm going through the textbook, going through the paragraph that is coming in the top of the textbook and the top of the chapter, and then the exercises. So there are 2 videos in each playlist. Okay, the name of the book is Duroos Al Lughatil-Arabiyyah. And if you have registered to the website name is arabiclearner.com. So there is a free registration there. If you have registered to that website, you can sign into that website, and then you can enroll yourself to this course. So when you enroll yourself to this course, you will find there is a section called document or documentation. And there you'll find this book. It's available for download. And you'll find other documents also. You'll find a document for vocabulary. Okay, so you can get those things from the website. So this course is based on you need to have access to the website. You need to enroll yourself to the website, which is arabiclearner.com. And as well as you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Arabic learner, and go through those videos. On the website, you will also find for each chapter, there are quizzes, and these are very, very important. It's very important. So when you go through the videos of each chapter, let's say you finish chapter 2 or chapter 3, once you finish the concept, what is important is the concept video of the chapter. Once you finish the concept video, and the second part of the video will be textbook also. So it's better you go through textbook also, because you will know the meanings of words, as well as your pronunciation will be improved. So once you go through my video, then after finishing the videos of that particular chapter, you can attempt to solve the quiz of that chapter. Okay. And it's not that you will be evaluated and based on your marks, you will be graded or something, nothing like that. This is a free course. This is not a certified course. And these quizzes are for your own evaluation. When you will solve those quizzes, you will know your mistake, and you can correct your mistake, and you can again re-attempt the same quiz. So you can solve the quizzes again and again. Okay? You can solve the quizzes again and again. So that is very important. So brothers and sisters, after going through the videos, solve the quizzes. This is very important. I know some of you who might be in the class now, I got a feedback from them, and they told that quizzes really help them understand the concept, because quizzes is really, they are based totally on the explanation, the concept. It's very important. Okay. So a lot of effort have been given to make these quizzes by some of the volunteers who are part of this course, some of them. So I want everyone to follow this, Okay, now I hope you have gone through the revision, because there was a long gap in the month of Ramadan. And as it was agreed in the poll that was conducted on the Telegram group, that the course have to be delayed by 1 week. So I gave you 1 week time after Eid holidays. I hope you have done your revision very well, and I don't have to go through the concepts again, or I don't have to go through the revision of the previous chapters. So I'm expecting that all the concepts are clear for the first 9 chapters. Okay. Now, brothers and sisters, I mentioned that there are 2 kinds of sentences in Arabic language. There are 2 kinds of sentences in Arabic language. Yes, you can continue this class, because if you have little knowledge of Arabic also, inshallah, you'll benefit. I'm confident that people who can only read Arabic, only read Quran, I expect they will be benefited from any of my classes, even if you are joining in between. Inshallah, you'll benefit definitely. Okay. So, so this is the answer I replied based on the question I asked on the chat of Zoom. So, brothers and sisters, I mentioned that in Arabic language, there are 2 kinds of sentences. The sentences that begin with ism or noun, they are called al Jumla Ismiyah. And the sentences that begin with fi'l or the verb, okay, they are called Jumlatul Fi'liyah. And in this book, book number 1, mostly we are dealing with Jumlatul Ismiyah. Okay, there will be a lot of examples of Jumla Fi'liyah also coming, but the main focus of this book is on Jumlatul Ismiyah. And I mentioned earlier that there are 2 parts of Jumlatul Ismiyah, which is Mubtada and Khabar. Mubtada means the subject matter of the sentence. What is the topic of discussion of the sentence? So, for example, if I say the pen is broken, the pen is broken. What is the subject matter of this sentence? What is this sentence talking about? The sentence is talking about the pen. Yes, the sentence is talking about the pen. So that is called al-mubtada in Arabic. That is called al-mubtada. And the information about the subject matter, that is, or the news about the subject matter, that is called al-khabar. So the pen is broken. Broken is giving the information or the news of the pen. So this broken is khabar. Okay, so you know this. Now, I also told you that there are different types of khabar, and inshallah I will straight away jump to that the khabar that I explained to you last time. So, and I also discussed about pronouns. We talked about pronouns. Pronouns. There are how many pronouns in Arabic language? Or before I ask that, how many types of pronouns are there? There are how many categories of pronouns are there? Can anyone reply in the chat window? What are the categories of pronouns? There are 2 categories. What are they called? What are they called? I'm just trying to remind you. Okay. So what is pronoun called in Arabic? What is pronoun called in Arabic? Just pronoun. Just pronoun. Dhamair. Dhamair. And pronouns, the plural of Dhamair is Dhamair. The plural of Dhamair is Dhamair. Okay. So the plural, this also, you know, Dhamair. Now there are 2 kinds of Dhamair: the attached pronoun, the attached, and the detached, or the detached and the attached on the other way. So Dhamirun munfasilun. Munfasil means they are detached. They are like there is a partition between them. Dhamirun munfasilun, detached. And dhamirun muttasilun, that means these are attached to a ism, noun, or attached to a harf. Okay, or fi'l. So there are 2 kinds of pronoun: munfasilun, muttasilun. Munfasilun, muttasilun. And I spoke about the different status that ism goes through. Now, ism have how many status? How many status does ism have? 3 status. 4? Who said 4? Siraj? 3 status. What are they called? Yes. So there is the higher the status called Rafa, there is a status called Nasab, and there is a status called Jar. Okay. There are three kinds of status. And the noun which is in the state of the Rafa is called Marfu'. The noun which is in the state of Nasab is called Mansub. And the noun which is in the state of Jar is called Majroor. Okay. So all Damirun Munfasilun, they are always marfu. The detached pronoun, they are always marfu. Okay. And the attached pronoun, they can be either majroor, mansoob or majroor. They can be either mansoob or majroor. I hope you understood this. Okay. Now let's see the pronouns. Let's go through these pronouns. So there are total 14 pronouns. Munfasilun, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. Huwa means he, huma means they two, referring to two masculine, two male persons. Hum means they all, means many, more than two, three plus men. Hiya means she. Homa means those two girls. Okay. And Honna means they all, more than three. Anta means you. Antuma means you two, masculine. Antum means you all, masculine. Anti means you, feminine. Muannas. Antuma, you two females. Antunna, you all females, more than three. Ana means I. Nahnu means we. These are detached or munfasil. Damirun munfasilun. Now, what are muttasil? These are attached with other ism or harf. So with the corresponding one with huwa is who, which means his. Huma is huma only, same. Theirs, 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 means referring to two masculine persons. Home, again theirs, more than three. Ha is hers. Homa, theirs. Hunna, theirs, but feminine. Ka means yours. Koma means you, yours, again referring to two persons. Kum means yours, referring to many. Ki for feminine. Koma for, again, same for antuma. Kunna, ana, yi means, and nahnu, na. So it's very easy to understand. And I showed you the technique how to remember this. Okay. I showed you that when it comes to third person, which is dealing with these first two columns, when it comes to dual and plural, they are same. Huma, huma, hum, hum, huma, huma, hunna, hunna. But when it comes to first person, when it comes to singular, okay, third person again, al-ghaibu, then for huwa, it is who, for hiya, it is ha. That's all you have to remember. And when it comes to second person, wherever there is ta, you replace it with ka. And whatever comes after ta, you write it as it is. So there is anta. Anta is the last letter, so you will just say ka. Antuma, you will replace ta with ku, with kaf. So, and whatever comes after that, you will write as it is. So antuma becomes koma, antum becomes kom, anti becomes ki, antuma becomes koma, antunna becomes kunna. And then this is, these two you can remember, ana, I, nahnuna. Okay. So these are Dhamair. Now, I showed you that there are, when Damir it gets attached, now I'm talking about Damirun Muttasilun. When Damir gets attached to the ism, then the combination that you get is Mudaf Mudaf ilayh. The combination that you get is Mudaf Mudaf ilayh. And when the Damir gets attached to the harf, okay, then you get the combination of jarun wa majroor. Okay, when it gets attached to the harf, then you get the combination of jarun wa majroor. Okay, so let's see the example. Let's say you have kitabun. Okay, so kitabun with huwa it becomes kitabuhu because the attached pronoun is who. Kitabuhu means his book. Kitabuhuma, their book. Kitabuhum, their book. But more than 3 persons. Kitabuha, her book. Kitabuhuma, their book, 2 persons. Kitabuhunna, their book, many girls. Whoever would like to participate interactively in this class, in the Zoom session, they can flag the hand. In the Zoom session, they can flag the hand. So whoever will flag their hands, I will open their mic and they can participate in the class. Okay. I can ask them questions and I can ask them to read. Okay. Okay. So kitabuka, your book. Kitabukuma, your book. Again, referring to 2 persons. Kitabukum, your book. Kitabuki, your book, referring to female. Kitabukuma, kitabukunna, your book, referring to you all. Okay, but feminine. Kitabi means my book. Kitabuna means our book. So the combination that you get is mudaf mudaf ilayh. In the same way, we'll take another example. Baladun. What is the meaning of baladun? Baladun is anyone who can tell me what's the meaning of balad? Baladun is country. Okay. Baladun is country. Baladun is country. Country. Yeah. Okay. So baladuhu, baladuhuma, baladuhum, baladuha, baladuhuma, baladuhunna, baladuka, baladukuma, baladukum, baladuki, baladukuma, baladukunna, baladi, and baladuna. Okay. Baladi means my country, baladuna, our country. Okay. Yes. Now, let's go to the topic which is very important. Now, open your eyes wide because all this was revision. And try to understand this topic very well. I have taken this in my last classes, during my last classes, but you have to understand this very well. Jumla Ismiyah. I told you that Jumla Ismiyah consists of al-mubtada, al-khabar, and what else? Can anyone tell me? Al-mubtada, al-khabar. Type in the chat window. Or if you want to give answer orally, you can flag your hand in the Zoom. Yes, Mutalliq bil khabar. Okay. Mutalliq bil khabar. Al mubtada, al khabar, Mutalliq bil khabar. Have you forgotten? So these are the 3 parts. Mutalliq bil khabar. These are the 3 parts of Jumla Ismiyah. I would like to remind those students who have attended my first course, which was conducted in Urdu language. It's better they join this because I'm taking a lot of advanced concepts in this particular course, because I think it's better that you know a lot of things in advance before you go into book 2 also, so that book 2 becomes very easy for you. And I have tried my best to make these advanced topics also very easy, so that it will be, so when you come, by the time you come to book 2, it will be very easy for you, because in book 2, there are many things coming. So I'm trying to put, take some load from there, from book 2 and book 3 into this. Okay. Okay, give me a minute, because there is someone is writing on the screen, so I have to just disable that. Okay. So Jumla Ismiyah consists of 3 parts: al-mubtada, khabar, and Mutalliq bil khabar. And normally the sequence of Jumla Ismiyah is, this is the sequence of Jumla Ismiyah. That first it is mubtada, then it is khabar, and then Mutalliq bil khabar. So when a sentence is written, Jumla is written, the first part of the sentence will be mubtada, the second part of the sentence will be khabar, and third part of the sentence will be Mutalliq bil khabar. That is the normal sequence of Jumla Ismiyah. But there are exceptions. And what are the exceptions? I will tell you that. Not all of them, but I will tell you few of them which are very common. And as you will go through the course, you will understand and you will know more exceptions, inshallah. And especially when we will go into Quran, that time you will know more exceptions. Okay? So Jumla Ismiyah has mubtada, khabar, and Mutalliq bil khabar. Okay? Now, what is mubtada? Mubtada is the subject of talk. That is the topic of discussion in the sentence. That's the main subject of the sentence of Jumla. And I mentioned earlier that mubtada is marfu. Mubtada is marfu. Okay, brothers and sisters, from today, from the class of today, always keep a note of my words. If I'm saying is always, that means it is always. If I'm saying is marfu, that means it is marfu. I'm not saying is always marfu. Okay. If I'm saying most of the time, that means it is most of the time, means there are other possibilities also. So keep this in mind. Otherwise, you might think, no, sir. It's, for example, now I said mubtada is marfu. So when you will find mubtada coming in a different form, you say, sir, you told us mubtada is always marfu. No, I didn't say always marfu. Rather, I said is marfu. Okay. So I would say that you can say, now you assume at this level, you have to know that mubtada is marfu. Okay. And mubtada is the subject of the talk. And mubtada is most of the time ma'rifa. Again, I'm not saying mubtada is always ma'rifa. I'm saying most of the time ma'rifa. Okay, keep a note of this. Mubtada is most of the time ma'rifa. Then there is more types of mubtada to come, which will be inshallah covered as we will go through the book, and when we will, you will be learning more inshallah about mubtada. Even in book 2, you will know more about mubtada. Not in book 1, not everything is covered about mubtada. Even in book 2, inshallah, you'll be knowing more about mubtada. So more to come. Okay. Now, what is khabar? Khabar is the news or information of mubtada. Okay, it is the news or information of mubtada. And khabar is mostly nakira. Again, mostly means mostly, not always. Khabar is mostly nakira. Again, khabar is marfu. Khabar is marfu. And we will talk more about khabar. We'll talk more, you'll be learning more about khabar. Now, what is Mutalliq bil khabar? You know very well that, okay, let me tell you what is Mutalliq bil khabar. Mutalliq bil khabar is information about khabar. Okay, it is information about khabar. You can assume that. And this Mutalliq bil khabar is something called Shibhu Jumla. You know Shibhu Jumla very well. Whatever you know about Shibhu Jumla, that is Mutalliq bil khabar. Remember. And what are different types of Shibhu Jumla? What are different types of Shibhu Jumla? How many types of Shibhu Jumla are there? How many types of Shibhu Jumla are there? Two types. What are they? Jar Majroor and Zarf. Jar Majroor and Zarf. Yes. So Mutalliq bil khabar is basically Shibhu Jumla. Assume that. Mutalliq bil khabar is basically Shibhu Jumla. Okay. So Mutalliq bil khabar is Jar Majroor or Zarf. Fine. Now let us take few more examples. I mentioned that. Let's take an example. Huwa tabibun fil mustashfa. Huwa tabibun fil mustashfa. What is the meaning of this sentence? You can type the meaning in the chat window. What is the meaning of this sentence? Huwa tabibun fil mustashfa. He is doctor in the hospital. He is doctor in the hospital. Yes, he is doctor in the hospital. So what is mubtada here? What is mubtada here? Mubtada is huwa. And what is khabar here? Tabibun is khabar. So students who attended my previous class, which was conducted in Urdu, this is the analysis we used to do. We used to say that, okay, huwa tabibun fil mustashfa. When such sentence will come, how we used to do the analysis? We say huwa is mubtada, tabibun is khabar. And what we will say about fil mustashfa? We'll say fil mustashfa is shibhu jumla. We used to just say it is shibhu jumla, it is jar majroor, right? Those who used to attend previous class, we used to just say shibhu jumla. We used to say, okay, because we say that this is mubtada, this is khabar, but we used to say this is just jar majroor, shibhu jumla. Now this thing, this was something somewhat confusing for the students, that okay, fine, this is mubtada, this is khabar, but fil mustashfa is jar majroor, but again, what is it actually in the sentence? Okay, so there are different ways scholars have adopted to explain. Now there's some scholars, they say, they use this technique, they say, okay, this is huwa is mubtada, tabib is khabar, and fil mustashfa is jar majroor, simply, that's all they say. But there are some scholars, they say, all the shibu jumlas are mutalliq bil khabar. Okay, so this makes complete analysis of a sentence. So fil mustashfa is what? Mutalliq bil khabar. It is shibu jumla, no doubt. Shibu jumla means like a jumla. Okay, it is shibu jumla, but it is again giving more information about khabar. Tabib. It is mutalliq bil khabar. Okay, so mubtada, khabar, mutalliq bil khabar. Now, what about this sentence? Bilalun fil masjidi. Bilal is in the masjid. Bilal is in the masjid. What is Bilal? Bilal is mubtada. And what is khabar here? Okay. So one sister wrote, Fil masjidi is fi mahalli. Okay, actually, maybe she wants to say that shibu jumla khabar fi mahalli raf'in means shibu jumla. Fil masjidi is what? Shibu jumla. Fi mahalli raf'in means in place of rafa. In place of rafa, because I mentioned that khabar is always in the state of rafa. Okay, so when you say shibu jumla khabar, you have to always say fi mahalli raf'in. Okay, instead of that, you can simply say this is Mutalliq bil khabar. You don't have to say it is just Mutalliq bil khabar. Okay, actually, the scholars explain this in this way. They say Bilal is mubtada, and when the Arabic scholars they explain, they say there is some kind of a khabar hidden there, which you do not see. So, for example, if I say Bilal is in the masjid, then what is he doing in the masjid? Is Bilal sitting in the masjid? Is Bilal standing in the masjid? Is Bilal praying in the masjid? Is Bilal sleeping in the masjid? Now that I didn't bother to say, I just said Bilal is in the masjid. He could be in any state. He could be standing, he could be sitting, he could be doing anything. Now that missing part is khabar. This is how the scholars explain. And if I say Jalisun, Jalisun is sitting, Bilalun Jalisun fil masjidi. So if Jalisun was there, then that would have been the khabar. Okay, that would have been khabar. In that case, this is what? Mutalliq bil khabar. This is something related to how is he in the masjid? He's sitting. So that is the khabar, and it's giving more information about khabar is he's sitting in the masjid. Okay, this is how the Arabic scholars they explain. And the same way, Bilalun amamal baiti. Bilal is in front of the house. So Bilal is mubtada, and there could be again hidden khabar here. So this could be khabar, and this is Mutalliq bil khabar. Okay, this is clear, brothers and sisters. This is very important. I have repeated this topic, which I've already covered last time. But this is very important to understand because this will simplify your course a lot. If you have not understood this, please listen to my last videos, like last 1 or 2 videos, before Ramadan. Or I think we took 1 or 2 classes in Ramadan also, I think 1 week. So look at those videos. It's very important. Okay. Let's take more examples. At-talibu fil jami'ati. What is the meaning of this? At-talibu fil jami'ati. The student is in the university. Okay, what is mubtada here? At-talibu is mubtada. And fil jamiati, what is that? Fil jamiati, if you are saying khabar, you can say shibu jumla jar majrur khabar fi mahalli rafin. If you prefer to do that, say that it's such a big sentence, simply you can say fil jamiati, since it is jar majrur, then you can simply say Mutalliq bil khabar. You can simply say Mutalliq bil khabar. Shibu Jumla is correct. I'm not saying that is wrong. Shibu Jumla, jar majroor khabar is correct. But you can also say Mutalliq bil khabar. Understood, brothers? Let's use this terminology now. Okay, because there are sentences in which khabar is also there and Mutalliq bil khabar is also there. Understood, brothers and sisters? That's why let's use this terminology now. This is an advanced topic. This is an advanced topic. But I prefer to take it from now. Okay, why? Because many people who teach this book, they do not talk about this. They only talk about, okay, fil jamiati, they will simply say it is khabar. And then later on, they will explain and they will try to explain Mutalliq bil khabar and all that. They will go into details afterwards, maybe in second book. But I prefer to take this in advance from now, okay? Because it's easy to understand. I think you can understand it from now. There is, yeah, you can say that khabar, you can assume that there is khabar is hidden, or you can say this is Mutalliq bil khabar. So a Jumla Ismiyah, okay, what this, I will tell you something. A Jumla Ismiyah, it becomes a Jumla. It becomes a complete meaningful sentence when it have Mubtada and Khabar. It has to have at least these two things, Mubtada or Khabar, or it has to have Mubtada or Mutalliq bil Khabar. Understood, brothers and sisters? The Jumla Ismiyah will only become Jumla when it will have Mubtada or Khabar, Mubtada and Khabar, or Mubtada and Mutalliq bil Khabar. And also it can have all three of them together. So a Jumla Ismiyah will not be Jumla Ismiyah if it is just Mubtada. It will not be Jumla Ismiyah. It will not be Jumla Ismiyah if it is just Khabar. It will not be Jumla Ismiyah if it is just Mutalliq bil Khabar. So at least with Mubtada, either Khabar should come or Mutalliq bil Khabar should come. At least one of them. Then it becomes Jumla. Understood or not, brothers and sisters? If you have not understood, please ask me. Okay. So Jumla Ismiyah will have Mubtada and Khabar, or Mubtada and Mutalliq bil Khabar, or Mubtada and Khabar and Mutalliq bil Khabar. Understood or not? Understood or not? Good. Okay. Baytut Tajiri Amamal Masjidi. Baytut Tajiri Amamal Masjidi. First, tell me the meaning of this. First, tell me the meaning of this. And then then you do the analysis. Okay, so Sister Rubina, you asked me to repeat. The sentence is At-Talibu fil Jamiati. Fil Jamiati is what? Jar Majroor. And I told you in the last table that Jar Majroor and Zarf, these are Mutalliq bil Khabar. They are also called Shibu Jumla. These are Mutalliq bil Khabar. Jar Majroor, they are called, okay, one more thing. Brothers and sisters, they are called Mutalliq bil Khabar when they are coming in a Jumla Ismiyah. When they are coming in Jumla Ismiyah. When they are coming in Jumla Fi'liyah. In Jumla Fi'liyah also it can come Fil Jamiati. That time you will not call it as Mutalliq bil Khabar. Understood, brothers and sisters? I am referring to Jumla Ismiyah. Okay. Is it clear, brothers and sisters? So this Mutalliq bil Khabar are two, Jar Majroor or Zarf. Jar Majroor or Zarf. Okay, Sister Rubina, you got it? So the example which I took was At-Talibu fil Jamiati. Fil Jamiati is what? Fil Jamiati is Jar Majroor. So that is it. This is Mutalliq bil Khabar and this is Mubtada. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now, Baytut Tajiri Amam al Masjidi. Sorry, brothers and sisters, you gave the answers, many of you. Baytut Tajiri. Okay. Baytut Tajiri is the trader's house. Amam al Masjidi is in front of Masjid. So what is Mubtada here? Bayt is Mubtada. Excellent, sister. Well done. Baytun is Mubtada. And what is Khabar? What is Khabar? Or Mutalliq bil Khabar? How can Tajir be Khabar, sister? Sister Shazia? Baytut Tajiri. What kind of combination is this? Baytut Tajiri. What kind of combination is this? House of the trader. Mudaf mudaf ilayh. Mudaf mudaf ilayh. Baytut Tajiri is mudaf mudaf ilayh. Yes. So what is the, what is the technique I told you about? You see the combination, and then when there is no relation between the words, you put a break there. You put a break there. So Baytut Tajiri have a relationship between them. This is mudaf mudaf ilayh. Okay. So Amam al Masjidi. Okay. So Baytut Tajiri, Baytu is Mubtada, and watch it. What is Mutalliq bil Khabar is what? Mutalliq bil Khabar is Amama actually. Okay. But you notice that I'm writing Mubtada as the whole thing Baytut Tajiri. So actually, Mubtada is Bayt. Mubtada is Bayt only. But whose Bayt? Whose house? Tajir's house. Trader's house. So it has a relationship with Mubtada. Trader has a relationship with Mubtada. So all those things that are linked with the Mubtada, we can put them into the container, one container, and we can call the whole container as Mubtada. Understood? We can call the whole container as Mubtada. Clear or not, brothers and sisters? Actually, Mubtada is only by two. That is correct. But again, everything related to that, which is linked to that, which has relationship with that, that we can put it into one container and we can call it as Mubtada container. Okay. So this is Baytut Tajiri, trader's house. Okay. Now, Amama is again Zarf. Amama is Zarf. So Zarf is what? It is Mutalliq bil Khabar. But in front of what? Masjidi. This is Mudaf ilayh for this Zarf. This is Mudaf ilayh for this Zarf. So we can put this into Khabar container, the whole thing. We can put this into Khabar container, the whole thing. Is it clear, brothers and sisters, or not? Okay. Fine. So this is Mubtada container. This is Khabar container. You can assume that. Okay. Oh, sorry. Khabar, Mutalliq bil Khabar. Okay, sister. So here in this example, Baytut Tajiri Amam al Masjidi. The trader's house is in front of the masjid. That is the meaning of this sentence. The trader's house is in front of the masjid. Let's analyze this sentence in English language only. The trader's house. What is the subject of the talk? The trader's house is in front of the masjid. What is the subject of the talk? Wait. Yes, that is true. Now I said Bait, but Bait of Tajir. Now Bait is related to this. What kind of relationship they have? What kind of relationship they have, sister? Sister Sana? Mudaf mudaf ilayh. So we can put this whole thing Baytut Tajiri into a Mubtada container. We can say that. We can put this whole thing into Mubtada container because the Mudaf is mubtada, we can call this whole thing into a mubtada container. Okay, sister? Okay. In the same way, amam al masjid. Now, zarf, what is zarf here? What is zarf here? Amama. Amama is zarf here. And zarf, most of the time, it comes with mudaf ilayh. Whatever comes after zarf is mudaf ilayh. You know that. Okay. Whatever comes after zarf is mudaf ilayh. Okay. Zarf comes independent also. There are different types of zarf. But I told you that the zarf that comes as mudaf, only I have to only mention that. Exceptions I will mention separately. But so amam, this is mudaf. Again, there is a relationship between them. So we can whole thing assume as a khabr container. Okay. So no, sorry, Mutalliq bil khabr container. Why Mutalliq bil khabr? Because when it is jar majroor or zarf, then it is Mutalliq bil khabr. When it is jar majroor or zarf, then it is Mutalliq bil khabr. Clear or not, Sister Sana? Okay. Inshallah, with more examples, you will understand. I'll be taking many examples. Alhamdulillah. Now you do the analysis. Tell me the meaning and you do the analysis. You can type the answers. If you want to talk, you can flag the hand so I can ask you to open the mic. Otherwise, you can type the answers in the chat window. Alhamdu mudaf. You wrote Alhamdu mudaf mubtada. Sister Shazi, what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate more? Alhamdu is mudaf. So what is mudaf ilayh? Okay, Alhamdu is mubtada, but you said mudaf. Is it a mistake or it is really a mudaf? Alhamdu is mubtada. Okay. Now what is lillahi? What is the meaning of lillahi? What is li here? Li here, for Allah. Yeah. What is the combination lillahi? What is lillahi? Jar majrur or mudaf mudaf? Someone is saying mudaf mudaf ilayh. What is mudaf in li? Jar li is harfu jar, sister. Li is not ism majrur. Li is harfu jar. Yeah, it's harfu jar. And Allahi is ism majrur. Okay. Li is harfu jar. So this is jar majrur. So when it is jar majrur, what is it? Alhamdulillah. What is the meaning of Alhamdulillah? What is the meaning of Alhamdulillah? Okay, praise be to Allah. Okay. So lillahi is Mutalliq bil khabar, and what is the subject of the talk is alhamdu. So this is mubtada and this is Mutalliq bil khabar. All praises is for Allah. That is more grammatically correct. Yes. Okay. Al-anfalu lillahi war rasuli. Al-anfal means spoils of the war. Al-Anfal means the spoils of the war. So when there is a war, when there is a jihad, and when Muslim will capture the spoils of the war, when they will capture the ghanimah during the war, that is called spoils of the war. That happens in any war. So when there is a war between the two countries, between two people, different tribes or something, so when one tribe is the winner, so they will capture their things, their wealth. Okay, so that's called al-anfalu. Al-anfalu lillahi wa rasuli. Can you do the analysis? First, tell me the meaning. Al-anfalu is mudaf, sister. You wrote al-anfalu is mudaf. So what is mudaf ilayh? The spoils of the war are for Allah and Rasul. Al-anfalu, someone is saying mudaf, someone is saying mubtada. When there is a possessor and there is a possession, that time it is mudaf ilayh. And what are the two no rules for mudaf ilayh? What are the two no's, N-O? What are the two no's for mudaf? No al, no tanween. So how can al-anfal be a mudaf? How can al-anfal be a mudaf? It has al. So there is no question. And there is no sense of position here. How can, and there is the after al-anfal, there is lillahi. And lillahi is, how many words are lillahi? How many words are lillahi? Two. What are those two? Li plus Allah. Li plus Allah. Yes. So it cannot be lillahi is harfu, li is harfu jar. It cannot be mudaf ilayh. Harf cannot be mudaf ilayh. So there is no question of al-anfal being mudaf. Al-anfalu is mubtada. That is the subject of the talk. Al-anfalu is mubtada. The spoils of the war are for Allah and the messenger. So what is al-anfalu is mubtada. That is correct. And what is khabr? What is khabr or Mutalliq bil khabr? Okay. So this is lillahi. That is true. Is Mutalliq bil khabar. War rasuli, wa is harfu ataf, and wa ar rasul is ma'tuf ala Allah. So, okay, ma'tuf ala Allah. You know that, okay? You know this, harfu ataf. It is joining to Allah. So why it is ar rasuli and it is not ar rasulu? Because of li. Li is affecting Allah. Li is not affecting Rasul here. There is wa here. There is harfu ataf wa here. So, no, I'm talking about li. Hamzatul, I know Rasuli, but why it is Rasuli? Why not Rasulu? No, I'm not talking about Hamzatul Wasl here. Hamzatul Wasl is this. This is Hamzatul Wasl. Yeah, so this is ma'tuf, means it will follow in all four qualities of ism. When wa is there, it will follow, sorry, the wa will not follow all four qualities of ism, but it will follow the status. It will follow the i'rab, it will follow the i'rab. So when Allah is majroor, and this it is joining to Allah. When Allah is majroor, it has to become majroor. Yeah, not all full properties, sister, but it will follow the Arab at least. Okay, it will follow the Arab at least. Wa will follow the Arab. Okay. So li is having an effect on Allah. Due to li, Allah became majroor. Due to li, Allah became majroor. Now there is a harfu ataf. And then after harfu ataf is Rasul or Rasuli. And since this harfu ataf is connecting, it is ma'tuf towards Allah, and Allah is majroor, so it has to be majroor. Understood? Okay. So al-anfalu lillahi wa rasuli. The spoils of war are for Allah and the messenger. And okay, Allah and the messenger. So that's why. So al-anfalu is, there is no doubt, it is mubtada. Lillahi is Mutalliq bil khabr. Wa rasuli, since it is ma'tuf towards Allah, so we can put this, because it's getting attached to Allah, so we can put this whole into one khabar container, and we can say that one whole container, and we can say that this whole container is also Mutalliq bil khabar. Understood? The whole container is also Mutalliq bil khabar. Okay, I will do the analysis myself without asking you. Ana khayrum minhu. Ana khayrum minhu. Now these are the words of, now these are all examples I've taken from Quran, okay? These are the examples from Quran. Ana khayrum minhu. The meaning of this is, I'm better than him. Who said this? I'm better than him. Yes, Shaitan said that. Iblis, when he was asked to prostrate Adam alayhi salam, what did he say? I cannot prostrate him because he is made of dirt or mud or earth, and I'm made of fire. And I'm better than him. That's what he said. So he said, Ana khayrum minhu. Ana khayrum minhu. I'm better than him. So what is the subject of talk here? The subject of talk is Ana. It's talk. The main is, the subject of the sentence is Ana, I. And what is the news about I? What is the news about I? I'm better. Khayrun. Is there any relationship between here and there? No. So I'm better. I'm khayr. So this is khabar. Minhu. Now extra information. I'm better. Minhu. Than him. What is min? Min is harfu jar. And what is attached to harfu jar? Dhamair muttasil. Okay. Him. I'm better than him. From him. Okay. You can say, I'm better than him. Minhu means from him. Okay. So this means harf jar majroor. Minhu means this is a combination of jar majroor. So what is this? This is Mutalliq bil khabar. So in this sentence, all three things of the Jumla Ismiyah came. Al mubtada, al khabar, Mutalliq bil khabar. Al mubtada, al khabar, Mutalliq bil khabar. Clear or not? Clear or not, brothers and sisters? Okay. Al malu. Let me take this. I have taken 5 minutes more, but I will take few minutes more because I found all of you. Let me take this example. And please revise more. Please, especially the last slides you have to see, last classes. Please see those classes. Al-manu wal-banuna zinatul hayatid dunya. Al-malu means the wealth. Al-banuna means the offspring, the children. Okay, al-malu wal-banuna, the wealth and the offspring or the children. Okay, Zina. Zina means adornment. Yes, yes, sister. Adornment. Al Hayatud Dunya. This was actually Al Hayatud Dunya. Al Hayatud Dunya means, what is Hayat? Life. Dunya means dunya, you know. What is Al Hayatud Dunya? What is Al Hayatud Dunya? What kind of combination is this? Al Hayatud Dunya? What kind of combination is this? It is difficult, brother. It is difficult. I expected that because you might be thinking that Al Hayatud. If here it's because you might be translating it this way, life of the world. Maybe you are. That's why off is coming. So you are saying mudaf mudaf ilay. But how can mudaf have al? How can mudaf have al? Can mudaf have al? No, mudaf cannot have al. Yes, so this is not manut. When it is not manut, so what is the quality? Whose qualities is being defined here? Hayat. The quality of hayat is being defined here. What kind of life? What kind of life? What kind of life? Life of what kind of worldly life? What kind of life? Worldly life. Okay, what kind of life? Worldly life. So this is not manut. Zinatul haya. What is the relationship of zinatul haya? This is mudaf mudaf ilayh. Okay, this is mudaf ilayh. So that the translation of this, the wealth and children are adornment of worldly life. The wealth and children are adornment, zina of worldly life. Clear? Of worldly life. Now, what's the subject of talk here? The wealth. And there is a ma'tuf here. There is a huruf ataf here. Al-banun means, so this is whole one container. The whole thing is one container. Al-manu, al-malu, al-banun. This whole thing is, we can put it into one container of al-mubtada. Yes, al-mubtada. Now, what is Zinatul Hayatid Dunya? Okay, Zinatu is, that is, Zina is khabar. Very good. Zina is khabar. About Zinatul Hayat is mudaf mudaf ilayh. This is mudaf mudaf ilayh. So they are interrelated. And Hayatud Dunya, what kind of life? Worldly life. These are also interrelated to each other. So we can hold this into one khabar container. No Mutalliq bil khabar. No Mutalliq bil khabar. Zinatu. Mutalliq bil khabar is only jar majroor zarf. Jar majroor zarf. That's all. Mutalliq bil khabar is only jar majroor zarf. Here it is. It's not jar majroor. This is zina. This is khabar. Clear or not? Now it is clear. To you it is clear. Who's that? Who said now it is clear? Sister Sana. To you it is clear. What about others? Yes. Yes, Siraj. Yeah. So now we will not say single word khabar. Okay. We will go with the containers now, because let's slowly go into advance. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the whole advance today only. I was expecting you that within 1 week you must be very perfect. But I gave us initial briefing for the students who came new. I said, that's why Dhamair and all that, I took their revision. But brothers and sisters, please review today's lesson again. Go and review today's lesson again. If you cannot listen the whole video, at least forward the video and let's look into the slides. Look into the slides. Tomorrow, come with full enthusiasm and with full preparation. Otherwise, I will also be demoralized. Okay. I want maximum participation from maximum students. Try to be well prepared, brothers and sisters. Okay. Inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته